Good morning, sixth grade at Uplift Luna. We're going to take a moment just to relearn or learn for the first time, no matter where you are. We're going to learn how to read our schedules because I know that these are crazy to look at. So the first and easiest thing, or the first and most helpful thing to do, is to first go ahead and cross out rows C and D from your schedule. These are just extra. They're actually our Wednesday schedules, but you don't really need to know them because they're the exact same as rows A and B, maybe just in a little bit of a different order. So we're just going to focus on A and B. Now, the first thing that you can do is you can just kind of circle A and B on these rows. That means A day and B day. So you can, even if you want to, you could write A day on one row and B day on the other. And essentially, you're going to read your schedules across. So everything in row A is going to be your A-day classes. Everything in row B is going to be your B-day classes. So you're going to notice first that you've got the same class every morning on A-days and B-days, and that is advisory. All right. So this first one, we call this circle. If you want to write circle above advisory, you totally can. We might call it circle, we might call it advisory, but that's kind of like your morning homeroom. And that should be where you are right now. Then for math, you've got 1A. For PE, you can see here it's 2A. And this might be where you get a little bit confused, but we have lunch right in the middle, or actually kind of at the beginning of the second period. So this class, the PE for this scholar, is interrupted by lunch. Now, when we're done with lunch, we come back and finish second period A day. Then you can see here, after we have lunch and finish second period A day, in this column here, where it says third, so right here where it says third, that's going to be your third period A day. And then fourth period, this is going to be fourth period A day. So when you've gone through and labeled, it should start with circle, and you should have 4 periods, one of them that's split by lunch, and at the end you come back to your advisory or your circle class. So one easy thing to do, if this is hard for you to read and you get lost in it a lot, you can go ahead and jump down to this blank space underneath your schedule and write 1A, 2A, 3A, and 4A. Go ahead and do that on your schedule. Even if you've done this before, do it again just to help you remember your classes. So 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A. Now, just because it's kind of easier to read this way, go ahead and check what classes you have for first period A day, second period A day, third period A day, and fourth period A day, and write them down here. So this scholar had math. Then I'm going to check here. Second period A day is PE. Don't get confused. Remember, second period A day is on there twice. I'm not going to write it twice. It's the same class, just split by lunch. And then the last kind of important thing that I have for you is that if you ever see LOTE on your schedule, that just means Spanish. You can see Spanish with Mr. Martinez. And fourth period A day, ELA. So that's your A-day schedule right here. So when you hear third period A-day, you can just look down here and know you're going to Spanish. Now, I have one other suggestion for you, and that is, remember, we've got 2 teachers for math and 2 teachers for English. So that means you need to know not only the subject for these 2, but also the teacher. So the last thing that I want you to add is I want you to look up here at your math and English classes. and I want you to figure out which teacher you have. So this student has Calendine. So for math, they can write Calendine next to it. And for ELA, they have Hamilton. So you might want to write the teacher's name next to English and math so you know which teacher you have. And you're going to see those teachers every day. So if I have ELA with Hamilton on A days, I'm also going to have ELA with Hamilton on B days. I'm not going to have a different teacher. Make sure you've gotten your teachers written for math and ELA. And then let's go back up and look at B day. So your B day schedule, you're going to have math and ELA again, but you're going to have 2 new classes on B days. So go ahead and label the schedule the same way. It's going to be easier now because now the periods are going to be the exact same, but instead of A, it's going to be B. So instead of in this first column here, it's going to be 1B. Don't forget, second period B day is split by lunch, so you should have 2B on both sides of lunch. And then do the same thing. On your schedule, write 1B, 2B, 3B, 4B. And write which classes you have in the correct order. So for this scholar, same thing. They match up just like this. Your teacher's going to be circulating around, making sure you've gotten your A day and B day schedules correct. Hope this helps you read these crazy schedules.